Hey everyone, this is Wally from Fanfiction Classroom, and today I thought we'd discuss who do we think's gonna die in our favorite superhero TV shows this season. On Monday, we have Supergirl and Gotham. On Supergirl, there are a couple of characters that could end up biting the dust this season. Since they're bringing back Jeremiah Danvers, played by Dean Cain, there's a possibility that that could go belly up, and they finally find him, and he ends up getting killed in some sort of confrontation. The original version of Hank Henshaw, the real Hank Henshaw, that could end up being Cyborg Superman, or just a bad guy who ends up getting killed. Being that it's a lighter series, and I know they're moving it to the CW, so getting a cast member death or a character death is highly likely. So far, I just think it's going to be one of the peripheral characters like Jeremiah Danvers or Hank Henshaw. I have no theories on who's going to bite it this season in Gotham, except for it's the Bruce clone or potentially Fish Mooney. I think her dying again is highly likely, simply because she's become such a powerful entity, that mind control thing, that eventually it's going to bite her in the ass because people are going to band together to stop her. Alright, let's talk Tuesdays. We're talking The Flash and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. With Flashpoint going on, we cannot know who's going to stay dead after Barry resets the timeline back to its original form. I personally think that it's going to be the Tom Felton character that dies on The Flash this season, because I think they've spent so much time developing the other characters, like Cisco developing his powers, Joe and Wally's relationship with everybody else, Barry and Iris's romantic relationship developing. I think that it's likely to be a peripheral character this season. On Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I know they don't really decide that they're going to kill somebody off every season, but I do think somebody's going to end up dying. I just don't know who's going to end up dying yet. On Wednesdays, we have Arrow. I personally think it's going to be one of the new characters who dies this year. Potentially Wild Dog or Artemis or Vigilante. I don't think they're going to kill one of the main cast members, simply because with Quentin, he's already lost Laurel, Sarah's off, and she's died before. I think they've killed so many people in that family, and it tends to happen more than once, that I don't think they're going to kill Quentin. I think he's become too integral. I don't think it's going to be John either. I know he's going through that psychological trauma, but since they've teased Connor Hawke on Legends of Tomorrow, and it is one potential future, I think that they're not going to kill him off, at least until Lila has another child, has the John Diggle Jr., simply because they spent time developing that potential timeline on Legends of Tomorrow. So I don't think John's going to end up dead until at least Lila has the second child. I know that anything can change because of Flashpoint or Legends of Tomorrow or how the writers feel, but I still think because they brought up Connor Hawke on Legends of Tomorrow, that John won't die, at least until the child is born, or any potential, or closer to the end of the series. It is due to that same possible timeline that I don't think it's going to be Felicity either, simply because, well, Felicity's awesome. There's not really much of an argument to make to think that they're going to kill her, but due to that possible timeline, it is reasonable to suspect that they're not planning on killing Felicity anytime soon. Thea is always a possibility, but since they nearly killed her at the end of Season 3, I think it's highly unlikely. But due to her trying to find herself and take a lesser role in the team and that internal conflict, I think that her death may happen, but I think it's highly unlikely. I believe the person that is going to die on Arrow this season is going to be one of the new characters, one of the new vigilantes, like Wild Dog or Artemis. I don't think that it's going to be Mr. Terrific, simply because they've spent so much time developing Curtis, and to kill him right the year he becomes a vigilante is, kind of a dick move. But Wild Dog, Artemis, or potentially Vigilante, one of them ending up dead would be most likely. Well, on Legends of Tomorrow, I believe that the person that's going to die this season is Heatwave, played by Dominic Purcell. I think it's most likely going to be him simply because of the Prison Break reboot on Fox. I think that there's going to be time constraints, and I think that's going to result in him getting his character killed, or at least temporarily killed. I mean, it's time travel; they can always bring it back, or multiple universes. In comic books, death is usually a cheat because they can find a way to circumvent it almost at any time. So, those are the people I think that are potentially going to die this season on all these shows, from Gotham, Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. I want to hear your opinions and thoughts on who's going to die this season on these shows, so please leave comments in the comments section. This is Wally from Fanfiction Classroom. Class dismissed, and stay tuned.